Hello everyone, welcome back to ServiceNow 911. I welcome you to this series which is ServiceNow ITOM. This is very much in need. This is very much new based on the latest things, okay? And I'm going to explain most of the things which is possible in PDI. So I have already published two videos, okay? First one is basic about ITOM and second is all about mid servers, okay? This include, okay, discussion, various questions, various complications, and installing a mid server. If you have already a mid server installed, then how to install a second mid server? All these problems are resolved in this. This is very, very important. So please go through it. Okay. So now before moving forward, I want to show you certain things. Okay. In my instance, you see, I already have mid server. So these are the three mid servers I have. Mid server 1, 2, 3. One is down, two are active. Okay. So I have explained the same. And using these mid servers, I have done the discovery of few things. Let me show you. So let me add most recent discovery here. So you can see few things are available. You can see a computer. You can see a router. You can see a adapter. Okay. You can see a Wi-Fi, including Windows Server, including Linux Server. Okay. Including VMs. All these things I have discovered already. So the same I am going to explain to you. Okay. So this series is very much important for you. Okay. So before going forward, let me give you a simple scenario of a data center. Okay. So that everything is clear to you, though I will explain each and everything again when I am going to show the live things. But for theory purpose, just understand this simple things. So you have a data center of your company. In that data center, you have 100 servers for the timing servers. Okay, in that few are Windows, few are Linux. Simple, right? And in one of the server, you have installed a mid server. That mid server is connected over internet, remember, to a second network or a second data center, which is of ServiceNow. Okay. So two networks are connected via mid server. This mid server is behind the firewall. And remember, in my last lecture, I told you that this is the mid server who is going to ping that instance. Nobody from outside is going to ping your network. It means you need not to do any kind of changes in your firewall. It means you are very much secure. And even that communication which this mid server is doing, it is HTTPS, means secured. Okay, so there is no harm in that. So now what will happen? Now I want to discover few servers, or let's say only Windows servers. Okay, what I will do? I will create a schedule in my instance. In that schedule, I will provide, let's say, IP addresses of all those Windows servers. Okay. Generally, we provide range if range is possible, but I am explaining you very basic. Let's say 10 Windows servers I want to discover. So I given 10 IPs, okay, in that particular schedule and click on discover now. So what will happen here? Because your instance want to discover something, then comes something known as ECCQ. It is a kind of ledger. Okay. So here your instance put the request as an output in the ECCQ that I want to discover these IPs. Now, if you remember, there are certain, type of kind of discovery phases: scanning, classification, identification, exploration. All these things are about to start from here. Okay, so now that mid server, which is constantly communicating or constantly looking into the ECCQ, okay, will pick up the request, okay, and start the phases. It start with number one, that is scanning. Okay, I will explain each and everything, but this is how things start. Request comes from the instance in the ECCQ. Mid server look at it, okay, and then based on that execute the commands and send back the result in the ECCQ only, and that will be as a input. Okay, now within the instance there are sensors which analyze those response and update it. Okay, so this is the simple thing. This is how the ECC queue work. It is a kind of ledger, okay, which is filled with request and response. Now, one thing is left here, which is credentials. So this mid server, which is sitting in the network, okay, I told him to do the discovery, or in my instance, there is a request to do the discovery of 10 Windows servers. So now this mid server need credentials of those Windows servers. So now what you will do? You will provide credentials of all those servers and update in the credential table. This mid server is going, because it has the connection with the instance, right? Go and read those passwords of Windows servers and obviously do the discovery. And these passwords are Windows admin password. No, this is not the case. We will never provide admin password there. Okay, what we will do, or what the IT team will do, they will create a user. Let's say SVC ServiceNow user. Okay, and that user account will be provided certain accesses, certain roles. Okay, what roles? Which are already specified by ServiceNow, like they will be able to execute certain commands, and those credentials, or let's say that credential, because we are creating only one service account, okay, so that is stored in the credential table. Now that particular mid server is going to use those credentials. It can easily read because it has the connection with the instance, read it, okay, and use those credentials to log in into such systems, and then execute the command and get the result, and then update the ECC queue. So this is the credential here. Okay, we are not using any admin credentials or not mid server credentials. These credentials are the service account credentials. And basically it is a user which is created in that domain, okay, and it has access to all those machines which you want to discover. It goes device to device. Right now I'm talking about Windows server. There are certain Unix or Linux servers, okay, so in that case you have to create Linux service account and provide role or access up to that level which is needed to execute certain commands, and then same stored in the credential table securely. The same goes for n number of devices which you have in your infrastructure, in your data center. So this is the simple case. Things get complicated when number of devices increases. Okay, so let's say in your instance there are 1000 servers and few are SNMP, few are Windows, few are Unix, okay, or Linux servers. And those Windows servers are not in a single domain. They are in two different domains. So in that case, you need two service accounts, okay, which are having access to these domains. It means access to these particular computers which are there, or servers which are there in those domains. So this is how you have to manage the thing. This is how the whole credential things work. I hope this basic explanation is clear to you now. Okay, so don't wait. Start from the very first video, analyze it. I have done a lot of things for you, and I have a lot of things available for you right now within this ITOM series. So start subscribing, start viewing and practicing. Thank you so much. See you in next video where I will discover Windows Server using a service account, using admin credential, just to show you. Okay, so that's it. We have n number of videos available.